Well, now, exactly, just as like I promised, I'll come here and talk about this amazing online skill that if you dare learn this skill, by the way, a lot of people are making money out of these things because let me tell you one secret. Money is in the internet. You remember those days when people used to inherit lands from their parents and such kind of a thing? In today's world, people are making real cash in the internet, all right? And by the way, you've been watching my videos and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know exactly that. Now, guess what? You're actually getting that information courtesy of the internet. Now, I'm going to share with you this online skill that you need to equip yourself with so that at least you can be able to make some cash. And guess what? You can make all the way up to 70,000 Kenyan shillings at the end of the month. That's like $600 or something or that, give or take, all right? So without further ado, let's get into the business. All right, now you see, when it comes to this online skill, the online skill itself is called digital marketing skill. Maybe perhaps in one way or the other you have ever heard of people talking about it and you're like, what is digital marketing skills and what exactly does it go about it and what does it entail? Let me just explain this. You see, back then, or if by the way you've been listening to what is happening on the world of technology, there is something called the mainstream media and there is something called the social media. Mainstream media are likes of the TVs, watching TVs and seeing, maybe you're watching news and then you see advertisement coming and they're telling you, let's go for a break and whatever, that advertisement and what have you. You get the thing. But now the world is transiting from that mainstream media to a point whereby, the social media kind of view. That's a reality. For example, personally, I don't even watch news, okay? Now, this is the point. Now, the digital marketing skill is a situation or is a point whereby it's actually promotion of brands or companies, to connect to their customers using the internet. Listen, this is the point. Let me just explain in point, okay? Here there is a brand, okay? Here there is a brand, and here there is the target customers, okay? And here in between the two is the internet. Okay, you get my point. So there is the brand, the customer, and the internet. Now, this brand may not know how to actually get these customers, and these customers, they know they're already in the internet. And this internet, there is social media thing here. There is what? The Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. They are here. But now this brand wants to target these people. Now it's you now to have the skills on how you can make the brand present in the internet or the social media accounts for the customers to view it, and once they view it, they can be able to subscribe to it. That is simply digital marketing. That's what happened. For example, maybe some of you do have something like Instagram, or maybe you have a Facebook page. Have you ever been scrolling something on Facebook, or maybe have you ever searched something on Google? Maybe let's say you're interested on buying something like a blender, and then you go to the Google, maybe you search, maybe for example in Kenya we have something called Jumia. It's like an Amazon or something, or Alibaba. You go search blender, and then you look at different types of blenders. Maybe you purchased or you didn't purchase, and then you go to something called maybe Facebook, and you're not even searching for that thing. You're just on your things, just doing your own things, and then all of a sudden you meet some suggestion about blender, and you're like, how exactly did these guys know that I'm looking for a blender or something of sort? Sometimes you can even talk about curtains. Sometimes you can even talk about something. And then they correct that voice and then they advertise that thing. All that is sort of advertisement. They look at your character, what you search most, what you like. And that's why if I pull my TikTok account and show you the type of videos that I watch, and somebody else pulls their account and show, they are different things because they tend to suggest that specific information. So now you having that capacity and the skill to make sure that you can be able to make sure that to target those customers and be able to show the brand like that. That is what we call the digital marketing. Have you ever gone to you to a Facebook and search maybe like gym equipment? Let me just use gyms because I'm not so interested in all those things. You search like gym equipment, and then all of a sudden you find some different things are showing up about gym equipment, different gyms and whatever. All those are called ads. So there is a way you can have that skill to make sure that you can take an ad. An ad, you see, the moment you're watching this video, there is an ad that plays out there. That ad, there is a way you can create that ad. There is a way you can push the name of a given company into a social media like a Google ads. You can put it in a YouTube channel. You can put it in a Instagram. You can put it in a Facebook page. But you must have a skill on how to do exactly that. Now, this is what I want you to get my point. I did not say you can just show up and start earning this amount of money. So first, you need to get the skills. Now, I know you're asking now, how do I get the skill? Now, how to get the skill? You don't even need to pay anybody. But if you can, then you can pay people who teach about the digital marketing. And obviously, go get legit people who can teach you about the digital marketing. Okay? And again, you can as well learn digital marketing on free. You do not have need to pay anybody. You can get these skills on YouTube channel. By the way, if you go search like digital marketing and have the digital marketing for the beginners, you'll get like a million videos out there whereby you can pick one individual who is teaching digital marketing and you can learn that skill for free. You don't need to pay anybody or something of sort. Or maybe you can go to some websites like we have some website called Skillshare. We have some Skillshare. We have other website called Course Hero. Course Hero. We have others called Coursera. We have others called Allison. We have some other website called Allison and something of sorts. So these are just but websites that you can go there. Some skills are paid. Yeah, you need to pay something for you to learn that specific thing. Others you can get them for free. Now, the point is this. Now, you see, if you can only take yourself, it takes only 2 to 6 months. Just like that. And I wonder why these things are never taught even in universities, because this is where the world is. For only 2 to 6 months, you get yourself with these equipments. And what are the types of digital marketing? And by the way, perhaps maybe you're busy somewhere, you can actually dedicate like 2 or 3 hours a day or 1 hour sometimes, depends on your availability, and you get to learn these skills. Okay, and you can, maybe if you're not good at reading, you can actually listen and watch some videos and equip yourself with these skills. And by the way, if you're watching this video and you're young, you're saying there are no jobs and you're jobless because, yeah, it's true, maybe we have some inadequate jobs opportunities out there. But if you place yourself out there and have the skills, and do not go and acquire these skills with the mentality of a job. You see, now that's the other problem with most of the people in it. Don't go learn these skills and still have the mentality of a job. You're learning these skills. You're not being paid by you're not being employed for you to get this amount of money. You're learning the skills to provide what we call the freelance services. You work at your own, at your own convenience. You say, this is the time I work. You can get the gigs. You can approach the companies. Companies can approach you and all those kind of things. Don't go get these skills. If you go back to learn these skills with the mentality that you had in high school, or maybe the mentality that you had when you're in campus, you still have the job mentality. And that's the worst thing. And I know that the other thing that you're thinking is about, hey, if I get the certificate from this, can I front that certificate? Now that's a broken mentality. You are just learning these skills and get the certificate to go and also be employed. We are trying to snatch you from being employed. Now you're thinking about being employed. Come on, that's not how we think. For example, if you learn skills about graphic design, about web designing, again, why do you even need those papers to go and show somebody and employ me? Why don't you create your own free things? I have a lot of people. I hope there are no noises because of the scratch of the microphone, okay? So I have a lot of people who actually do those things by themselves, and they can actually do what we call the freelancing. That is exactly what we do. Now, this is the point. About digital marketing, there are a variety of things that you can learn, okay? Now, for example, types of digital marketing, there's something called SEO, that is search engine optimization, okay? For example, if you go to, say, a Google and search something like baby diapers, or maybe say like you're searching for something. See, the reason why you see some, okay, fine, that may be a bit complicated. For example, if you go to YouTube and search something like how to learn digital marketing, there are some videos will be suggested before the others. For example, you see digital marketing with digital marketing. So reason why that video appeared on top there, it is because something called the digital marketing. So it's that capacity of you making that search engine or search information be attractive to a search engine. That information is actually more attractive. It's actually more pronounced compared to the rest of the others. For example, if you go to YouTube and search starting with the term how you'll get a lot of questions, how to fix this, how to fix a television one, how to you usually get, if you start your nini with how to, and that's why you find most of the YouTube content creators, they start their titles of the videos is how to do this, how to, where to, what, such kind of things. That's what we call the search engine, and you can specialize on that as well. Content marketing, this is when you can create some things like blogs, you can create some ebooks whereby you're talking about specific brands, specific companies, and you can create a very good gig and also present that to that specific company and tell them, hey, guess what, this is what I do, this is what I've done so far, and you can actually, if you subscribe to this, you tend to get this, and this is what you tend to gain because you do this kind of a thing, and you can actually earn that a lot of money, okay? The other thing, you can do something called affiliate marketing. This one I've talked about about it. The other thing is about social media. Social media, definitely, this is the situation whereby you find like you are putting your information out there on the social media. For example, you can approach some people and tell them, hey, guess what, there is a gig here, I want you to advertise out there, and maybe when you're making your video, give it a shout out and all those kind of things. See, if you show up to a company and tell them, you know what, guys, you have a very nice brand, you have a very nice thing, and I would suggest that you guys do not have an online presence. You can create a social media account. I can manage it for you. I can actually push some information for you. You can actually share with me some information about the company. For example, nowadays you can see in Kenya, for example, if there are areas where they offer, nightlife kind of a lifestyle where people go and drink at the evening, you see they usually have a social media account where they post how the night was, nice people, obviously with their consent of them appearing in those pictures, and also some dishes that they sell and all those kind of things. Like if they push that content, people tend to understand, oh wow, so there's this existence of this kind of a thing. For example, nowadays if you just open a very nice grill somewhere and people will maybe offering drinks, foods and kind of a thing, and then you do not have an online presence, nobody will even talk about that thing. I'm avoiding to mention names of the different type of such grills and whatever in Kenya, obviously, because they have not paid me. But the fact is, you must have what we call the online presence out there. Okay. The other thing is something called influencers and influencing. Perhaps this one may not apply for you if you are not this kind of an individual who has an online content, or rather an online account where you can stand before a camera like this way I'm doing and talk to people. If that's not working for you, then this one may not be really appropriate. But if you already have an online presence, by the way, if I always tell people, if you can dare post something, be it on Facebook or TikTok or YouTube or whatever the place, and you can get 1,000 people liking it, come on, there is a business there. There is a business there. If you think about that, you can be able to make something at the end of the day. There's something also called pay-per-click. There's something pay-per-click marketing, or PPC. Now, this PPC is whereby, hey, you agree with your company or with your client. For me, you see, affiliate marketing is when you are paid after client buys. Commission, again, sort of they pay you with a commission. Okay. Now, on the pay-per-click is whenever somebody shows up, they click to that thing, whether they buy or not, I ought to be paid. You again agree on that perspective, okay? Because what happens is that obviously there's no way somebody can buy without showing an interest. So there's something called pay per click. Depends on that package that you actually organize for that institution and sell them to them. Sell that information to them. The other thing is about email marketing. Okay, email marketing is whereby you can actually create something that can be sent to people's email or something of sort, and again, people can get the information about. For example, if you do have a phone and you have subscribed to, for example, in Kenya we usually have Safaricom, Airtel, Telcom, and but those are just telco companies. You just use what you have. We have MTN, we have Glow, whatever you have in your country. There is usually those messages that he send you like constantly, all of a sudden, hey, oh, dear customer, we have this offer. Those are called like multimedia messages marketing. That's also a form of digital marketing. And there is an individual behind that specific thing doing that. Hey, instead of just waiting them to watch on news, what if somebody does not have a TV, maybe let's say for a certain period of time, maybe what if you are somewhere camping, but you have your phone, how can this information reach you? Then we as much as push it on the social media, mainstream media, we push it on the social media, and then we push it on the multimedia messages. Those are called digital marketing. Well, I know maybe some of you be like, what are you even talking about, Joseph? Yeah, it appears or sounds like complicated, but it is very, very simple. If you can only dedicate 2 to 6 months and say, hey, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and learn a new skill. Maybe perhaps I'm a graduate, I do not have a job. Maybe perhaps, hey, guess what? I'm a teacher and I usually have like a lot of free time. Hey, guess what? I'm going to do this and that and that. Go ahead, take that time. Go to YouTube, search in areas whereby you can learn the skills fast. Skills comes first before you thinking on where you can be able to go and make some cash. Because some of you just text me and be like, hey, Joseph, what are those websites where I can just go and be able to make that cash that you are saying 70,000? I did not say that. I said get the skills first, because nobody gives you money for free. Money is a reward given after solving someone's problem. You see, there is a lot of people who tend to think like, hey, you can just download a certain website and start making money, and you do not even have a skill. You barely even know how to use a computer, and you want to earn that amount of money. Remember one thing, money is a reward given after solving someone's problem, and you must be valuable to attract the money. That is the base of foundation as far as the money is concerned. Anyway, guess what? By the way, I forgot even to tell you, subscribe to my channel. If you manage to watch this video to this particular end, make sure that you hit that like button, make sure that you subscribe so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new good video. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one. And don't forget, on the 10th of this month, that is March, we're gonna have a video online class where I'm gonna teach you things to do with investments. And that video or that session we're gonna go for 2 days, the 10th and the 11th. And don't forget, go ahead and grab that number of mine from the description of this specific video. The payment for that thing will only cost you 2,500 only for the entire 2 days. Okay, for now it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.